Well, hello there. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name's Eric McKay. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. Beginning in central Nebraska, where a top city government official has been relieved of his duties. Ryan Valenta has more from Hastings.
After Monday night's city council meeting, Sean Metcalf is out as city administrator. Metcalf had been on leave for just over 2 weeks due to a matter the city couldn't and still won't comment on. Just 2 years after his appointment, the Hastings city government is starting a new chapter.
It's one of those things that we never look forward to.
Monday was a tough day for the Hastings City Council, who was asked on whether or not to terminate their top non-elected city official. Sean Metcalf had been on leave since September 5th due to an undisclosed reason. A 6-1 vote from the City Council on Monday proved the city felt it was time to move in a different direction.
Obviously, we wish Sean the best, Sean and his family the best as he moves on. But we're really looking forward to having Mark Funke in place as interim city administrator. He's been doing a great job these last couple weeks, and he helped get the budget done for us.
Mark Funke has been serving as the acting city administrator, and the council unanimously voted him to become the interim city administrator. Funke has stepped up in a big way by being responsible for presenting the city's budget while Metcalf was on leave.
I really appreciate that they had confidence in me. I've been filling in this acting capacity for the past couple of weeks and got us through a couple of pretty hard things, especially with the budget. And I appreciate that they think enough of the work I've done to let me kind of fill the gap until we get to the next stage.
Funke has only been in his assistant position since February. After Monday's meeting, he credited Metcalf for showing him the ropes of the city government this year.
Sean and I got along really well. He did a great job of giving me the opportunity to get into a municipal government and to learn as quickly as possible. Put me in a lot of opportunities to explore different things, learn about the different departments, all those kind of things.
Mayor Corey Studi says Funke will serve in the interim until a new mayor is elected at the end of the year, but believes Funke is the right man for the job.
You know, Mark has great interpersonal communication skills, so he works really well with department heads. So he really hit the ground running. He's been involved in the budget discussions up until the point that it was approved, and so he's got a good rapport with everyone. So we really appreciate him stepping into this role.
When asked if he would consider taking the full-time city administrator job, Funke says he's considering it but needs more time to decide. Reporting from the Hastings Municipal Airport, Ryan Valenta, News Channel Nebraska.
Staying in Hastings, contractors there preparing to start renovating the City Hall building. City workers will be fencing off the parking lot surrounding the building beginning next week. The property will be off limits for over a year as the project expected to be done by the end of 2025. The Hastings City Council Monday approved a bid of just over $7 million from a Lincoln-based firm for the project. Crews have already started interior demolition last month. The building itself has been vacant since last year. Well, it appears Republican hopes of making Nebraska a winner-take-all state prior to the November election have stalled for good. In a statement issued yesterday, State Senator Mike McDonnell said he would not vote for a proposed winner-take-all system for Nebraska's electoral votes. This after pressure from Governor Jim Pillen and South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham to change Nebraska's electoral votes from being divided by district to a winner-take-all system in the presidential election. McDonnell, a former Democrat, was the one Republican holdout that kept Pillen from calling a special session to change to the winner-take-all system. Pillen has said he's not going to call a special session without a guarantee of a filibuster-proof majority. Meanwhile, in an interview with CNN yesterday, U.S. Representative Mike Flood pushed back on claims that the Republican Party is trying to change the rules midstream for political purposes.
What is wrong about calling a special session, introducing bills, having a hearing on each bill, going through 3 rounds of debate in our state's unicameral legislature, and having a governor sign the bill? That is the way we express ourselves democratically and politically in Nebraska. The majority of Nebraskans need to be able to say this is the way we want it. If that's the way we want it and we're a sovereign state and we follow the rules and we have public hearings and it's open to the public, what's so wrong about that? That's our democratic system at work. 47 days, 180 days, 2 years before an election. If Nebraskans want to do it some way, that is our remedy.
Nebraska and Maine are the lone states that divide their electoral votes. Nebraska's 2nd district, where McDonnell lives, has voted Democratic in 2 of the past 4 elections. Mike Flood is the founder and an owner of Flood Communications, which operates News Channel Nebraska. Obesity is high and holding steady in the U.S. About 4 in 10 Americans have obesity overall. About 1 in 10 have severe obesity. That's according to new research from the Centers for Disease Control. The overall rate has not changed significantly in the past decade, even as the rate of severe obesity is increasing. That means it's too soon to know whether new treatments for obesity can ease the epidemic of the chronic disease linked to dozens of health problems. Experts say preventing obesity in the first place is key, starting in early childhood. The new COVID variant, XEC, meanwhile on the rise just ahead of the fall and winter when many respiratory viruses circulate. So to get ready, the U.S. government making more at-home COVID-19 tests available for free. Each household will be able to order a new round of 4 free at-home test kits. The new kits will be available by the end of the month. You can find more information and order them at covidtests.gov. The U.S. Department of Human Health reports more than 900 million test kits have been delivered through the program. Nebraska Public Power District crews will soon be starting work on a new transmission line out in central Nebraska. A news release says construction on the Kearney Power Project will start next month. It'll be an 8-mile, 115-kilovolt line connecting the Tower substation in West Kearney to the NPPD-owned Tech 1 substation on the east side. It's meant to provide additional reliability and enhanced resilience for the Kearney area. NPPD says they expect to finish the project by the spring. Well, the U.S. Department of Education has recognized 356 schools nationally as Blue Ribbon schools. The announcement made yesterday, and of those, 4 were schools in Nebraska. The prestigious recognition highlights schools that excel in academic performance or make significant strides in closing achievement gaps among different student groups. The Nebraska schools getting the honor: Elkhorn Grandview Middle School, Wilma Upchurch Elementary in Millard, Southern Valley Elementary in Oxford, and West Point Elementary. Well, an organization is using the sport of basketball to try to shape a future generation. Ana Ruth Lugo Mejia has the details.
High school coaches in Grand Island are encouraging the next generation of athletes. For the 2nd year in a row, Grand Island Senior High girls basketball team offer 14 free basketball clinics across all of the district's elementary schools. Head coach Catherine Longrear hopes the camps get girls excited about the game.
Just exposing them to the game, trying to find something purposeful in their life and trying to get them interested in the game of basketball.
Ileana and Joanna attended the clinics and both like the sport.
It's fun and I just like running a lot, so it's just like a lot of energy to take up.
They get to have fun and learn new stuff.
For them, it's more than just a game. It's something they hope to take seriously.
It's about getting it into the net, so whenever you're going to shoot, always look at three strings, look at the middle and try to score for that one, or in the back, look for the 3 nets.
Skills like these are learned at the clinics. Longrear says around 13 girls have attended each clinic. Some of them hadn't even touched a basketball before, and now they are able to dribble, shoot, and demonstrate other skills. The coach says it's her way of sharing her love for the game.
Sports, they're a huge part of kind of where, you learn a lot of what life has to offer through hard work and effort. And so if we can introduce that at an early age and kind of get kids off of cell phones and interested into something that's purposeful and able to serve their community, that's the goal.
In Grand Island, Ana Ruth Lugo Mejia, New Channel, Nebraska.
And who's the fastest gun in the plains? Might sound like something straight out of the Old West, but this past weekend out in Valentine, the showdown was real. Casey Wandenberg takes us to the Cowboy Fast Draw competition.
In the 1800s, a fast draw could mean life or death. Today, it's the heart-pounding thrill of a fast-growing sport.
It's whoever hits the target 3 times the fastest.
Just like a showdown at high noon, Cowboy Fast Draw took center stage this weekend in Valentine. Competitors from across the nation gathered for the Kansas and Nebraska state championships, as well as the Great Plains Territorial Championship.
Today we're shooting 21 feet at a 24-inch target.
Meet Kansas Belle from Phillipsburg, Kansas. Real name, Deborah Hadley.
You get to pick which fun character you'd like to be.
Competitors not only go by an alias, but often dress the part.
I always wanted to be in the antebellum South and the big mansions.
Unlike your favorite Western, competitors shoot wax bullets.
And when the light comes on, we both react. I mean, it's a random light. We never know when it's coming on. That's kind of the addiction of the sport. You're waiting for that light to come on and then to react.
Brad Hema held the world record for fast draw in 1993. In 2002, he founded the Cowboy Fast Draw Association.
I started this to see what we could do shooting with 1800 style guns and 1800 style holsters, to see what we could really do in modern times, emulating the gunfighter era.
Instead of dueling against a foe, this Kansas Belle says your competitors are like family.
I have friends now from California to Florida, people that I would never have met, but we get together at these shoots and just have a great time.
Friends bonded by the thrill of the draw. In Valentine, Casey Weinberg, News Channel, Nebraska.
And you can stay up to date with the very latest by following us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com. Click on the News tab there. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.